I'm sure you've heard by now the advice of find out what you love to do and do that as your career and your mission in life. But that begs the question, how do you actually find out what you love to do? And for me, that question has really never had an answer until recently, and I wouldn't even say it's a solid answer. Because in order to find out what you love to do, honestly, like nobody else can really help you. You kind of have to figure it out for yourself in terms of what's the best way for you to explore that. Because someone could be, like some people are just naturally very in tune and aware of what they love to do, either because that thing they love is quite an obvious career choice and yeah, the pathways are laid out for them. And for others, the pathway is not that clear. Like for example, if you love Batman, then as a kid you love Batman. Like, oh, okay, that's not really a career, right? So yeah, there is a lot of different ways to kind of figure out what you love, like what you really, really love. And for me, as someone that's going through my quarter life crisis and kind of just figuring out life and career and all that kind of stuff, yeah, I never really knew what I love to do. Like whenever people say that, I kind of just feel like, I mean, good for you if you know what you love to do, but I don't. And it's not like I'm not interested in anything. I think the problem is I'm interested in too many things. I would say I have I can be passionate about a lot of things, so none of them really kind of shout to me as oh hey, this is the thing, this is the thing that you actually love and you should really pursue seriously. And so that kind of goes all the way back when I was a child, because along with that advice, a lot of it is about basically looking back to your childhood and kind of getting some clues from it and see what you were obsessed with as a kid, and that probably kind of answers your question of what you love, because as a kid you have no filter. Like whatever you're drawn to, that's probably something it's coming out very innately, and that is the thing you're just naturally drawn to. But for me, when I was a kid, I didn't really have any sort of obsession or anything I'm really, really interested in. Like I was just kind of okay. And whenever people ask me, you know, what do you want to be when you grow up? I wouldn't really have a solid answer at all. I would kind of just copy whatever my friends said. Like if one of my friends said they want to be a chef, I would be like, oh yeah, I want to be a chef too. Or another one said they want to be a policeman. I would say, yeah, I want to be a policeman. So I never really had my own idea of what I actually want to do. And that has been a common theme throughout my just growing up. And when I reached to the stage of choosing a career, when you had to basically pick a course in uni, right? I had no idea. Like at year 12, I was high key stressed because I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna pick. And basically, I ended up landing on either film or architecture, because at that point, those were the only two things that I was drawn to, and the rest I wasn't even remotely interested in. And so I ended up going down the architecture pathway just because it was a professional degree. Like if I had to pursue architecture, the degree was necessary. Whereas if I went for film, well, you don't really need a degree for film. So that's my thought process, and it was a very kind of logical thing to go through. And I guess like getting to the point I am now, where I've left the career path and like I left the stable career path, and basically I looped back to this whole freelancing thing and trying to figure out what I love in the first place. That whole journey, I guess, has been very useful because even though I didn't end up becoming an architect or anything, I think the journey of just trying it out and it's kind of like a process of elimination for me at this point. Just trying things out, whatever slightly interests me, I kind of would give it a go. And if I find myself really drawn to it, then I would keep going and just going deeper and deeper step by step. And that's kind of what I did with filmmaking and just making videos because I I liked making videos when I was in high school. So I thought naturally that why don't I try this out, whatever career path it may be, because at that point in time, I didn't really think it was a viable or stable career or a smart choice to be in the film industry or just making videos, to be honest, because I didn't have any examples around me. It wasn't until I found one of my mentor that was the first person to show me it was a career that I kind of switched and I kind of realized, okay, like you're telling me this thing that I enjoy doing and I would do for free is actually a job and I can actually charge people for it. And that kind of switched my perspective into really thinking about what I actually love to do rather than thinking so strategically and so logically about my career, which is also a very important thing to do, but at the same time, I think what most of us lack is figuring out what we actually love to do. And I guess going back to childhood, after going through this whole journey, I think it was actually quite obvious what I loved as a kid. I loved watching movies and shows and dramas and anything that is on a video format. And I mean, I kind of dismissed that, to be honest. Like, it was a big thing in my childhood, but I never really thought of that as a career. It's not like I want to be an actor or anything. So, yeah, I never really thought about it as like something I loved because I just felt like everyone loves watching shows as a pastime. Like, how does that have to do with any of this? But yeah, like going through this whole journey and just looking back, I can see the link quite clearly because as a kid, I love watching all these movies and shows and everything because I really felt the emotions. Like whatever the show is about, whatever the storyline is, it felt like I'm living through the character and I would get attached to the character really. I would kind of imagine myself in their shoe or yeah, it's like this alternate life that I'm living through the characters. And that just really kind of sucked me into the world. And I think that is also why I love just storytelling and documentary style videos because those videos, unlike scripted stuff or like movies, they're actually real stories. And so I feel like you're just living through someone's life in the brief moment of their life and you can actually experience kind of what they went through. And that in itself is just so magical to me. And yeah, that's kind of why I love this. And it's been I've loved it since I was a kid and I just didn't think it was realistic, really. I just didn't think it was a thing. It has any relation to my career. And yeah, I guess just to sum up what I've learned from this whole thing about how you actually find out what you love to do. One is to look deeper. Look beyond the surface level, especially if you're kind of exploring, looking back into your childhood. Don't dismiss anything as unrealistic and just sit through with it. Just suspend your disbelief and just think about it, ask yourself more questions and kind of try to think how it relates to your current passions and hobbies and all that kind of stuff because there will be some sort of links. And the hints will pop up more. And the other thing is you have to try different things. Whatever you are kind of interested in and is kind of ambiguous to you, you should probably give it a go. Like, you don't have to invest a lot of time or money or whatever into it. You just have to somehow try it out, just a little bit, get a taster. And that will tell you if you should go deeper and deeper and deeper into it. And yeah, I think that those two combination of looking deeper and actually trying different things out, like those two things, when you put them together, they are very helpful in actually figuring out what you love. And therefore, yeah, it will just give you a bit more clarity in life and career. And I think the last thing I want to say is, throughout this whole thing, if you find something that you love, or you find multiple things that you love, don't feel the need to monetize it. Because I think in this day and age of hustle culture and all that kind of stuff, it kind of inevitably becomes something that you feel like, oh, I'm so passionate about it, so I should monetize it, I should earn money off it, right? But sometimes you just have to, like, you could just leave it as the pure form of enjoyment and don't have any sort of monetary value tied to it. If your life is comfortable, you're happy with your job, or yeah, you found something else that you also love to do as a career, then it's okay to have this other thing you love just by itself. So this is day 11 of me talking to the camera. Bye.